This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson, Greeno!
Welcome to Football Daft after a vote of no confidence. I'm back! It's Mr. John here, and welcome to the daftest Scottish football podcast around. Let's welcome the team, will we? First, introduce a man who dreams of the glory days when Barkas was in the sticks, just behind Shane Duffy at Celtic. It is Stephen Purden.
Hello. Hello.
Bring back Barkas, eh?
Aye.
No, leave him where he fucking is.
Yeah, like I was saying, man, the dream is still alive. He's only away on loan. He may be back.
Who knows?
Here's hoping.
I think one of the most annoying things I read about Barkas for one of the Celtic fans after they won the league was he's got as many league medals as Morelos, which when you think about it, it's fucking annoying. Isn't it?
Actually, that's wrong because he never played 10 league games. So
did he not get one?
Doesn't get a medal.
That man you hear supporting Barkas is a man who describes Frank Ribery as dog shite, using the term you can sprinkle glitter over a shite, but it's still a shite. What a way with words. He's an absolute poet. It's Chris Toll.
All right, lads, what's happening? But John, I said it on the podcast last week, mate. I don't know if you listened when you were gallivanting all over the world on your musical tours, but last week we were talking about the greatest of all time, and somebody brought up Ribery, and I've genuinely never seen him impacting a game.
Just mention him. It was Ryan Gallagher. It was producer Ryan.
It was Ryan that said it. It was Ryan.
Not a lot of end product, Ribery, is it? Did he?
No.
Oh, did you watch the video that UEFA put out about him the other day?
Yeah.
Right, there was not one single goal on it, and the one time he goes through and goal, he lobs it over the goalie and puts it over the bar.
Would
you know what I mean?
Would you took him at Celtic?
Aye, mate.
Aye, good. Someone compared up with Gary Mackay-Stephen. I thought that was a bit funny.
I was told.
It was me, mate.
That was you, Chris. Aye, of course it was.
I actually could have heard Toll saying that. I mean, I'll get a compilation of Gary Mackay-Stephen's best picks. It'll just be the same as that.
That's exactly what I say. And it's right though, isn't it? It's right.
I know, you're right.
And finally, we've got to welcome a man who's nursing a bit of a bruised ego this week. He's let you down, the listeners. He's let Football Daft down. He was playing a charity game at the weekend. And Grado, tell us what happened.
It was with Aberdeen Legends. I was away up at Cove Rangers. What you often?
Did you wear an Aberdeen top?
But I didn't know it was going to be Aberdeen Legends, Bob. No, it doesn't matter. It's for charity.
So did you wear an Aberdeen top?
You would get less hassle for playing for a Celtic Legends team.
No, it wasn't an Aberdeen Oh, right. Look, it wasn't. It was
Keep that in, Ryan.
No, it was not. It was a Cash for Kids thing, and
I would have opened with that.
It was a Cash for Kids game in Aberdeen,
right,
at Cove Rangers Stadium. However, you would find that most of the ex-pros were all Aberdeen players. It was Craig Brown was a manager, Willie Miller was the assistant, Ian Jess was.
Wait a minute. Craig Brown was the manager.
Craig Brown was the manager, mate.
Did you ask him about Spunker's right back?
I've totally forgot, man.
Mate.
He was taking it right serious, but
You stand there, mate. You stand there like pure stand free and all that. You did all that.
I wasn't like that at all.
We fucking hate Rangers. We fucking hate. Were you singing along, Grado?
Aye.
No, it was nothing like that at all.
But they all having like a pure nice one, Sammy. Nice one, Sammy.
For fuck's sake.
That's what they all fucking sing.
I've heard a lot worse songs from Aberdeen supporters than that.
Well, they welcomed me. They welcomed me in open arms. And they were nice people. Craig Brown was great. Gave us a team talk. That's me had a team talk for Walter and Craig Brown. He didn't have a clue who I was. He called me Grado, just like Walter as well. Mate, we've got Grado, will you play Grado? And I was like, look, mate, don't get me involved in this. I was like, bring me on. Because he goes, no, you're coming on the second half. And I says, no, I'm not cutting that. 45 minutes, we're playing 45 minutes each half. Yes. I was like, don't bring me on. I was like, bring me on for the last 15. And he went, right, okay, last 15. Of course, last 15 minutes came. And then the last 10 minutes came. And then the last 9 and 8. And I'm going, oh no, he's totally forgot about me. And I'm sitting right next to him and all that. And I went,
Gaffer!
No, I went, Craig, mate, I think you better put me on. Oh, fucking forgot. He was like, just run on. I was like, I was like, no, tell the linesman I want to announce Stone, Ken, because the PA and all that. He wanted me to just run on. I was like, no, I want to hang with. So I ran on, and I was quite nervous, right, before it went on. But see, when I went on, I'm not joking, I played really well. See, for the 6 minutes.
It's because it's Aberdeen.
I was spraying about passes in the middle of the park.
I was like Rangers at that 3-0 game last season. We played really well for the first 6 minutes.
And I'm not joking, right? And I know I tell you this in the WhatsApp voice note, and it sounds like I'm pure exaggerating, but see, at full time, I'm not joking. See, like Ian Jess and that, they were coming up to me going, Grado, why did you not come on earlier? You were good. Why did you not come on? That's what they were saying to me. And then, obviously, it was a draw, right? Which, by the way, I try to crack a funny in the dress because I didn't know him, did I? I didn't know him. Craig Brown was going, right, we'll do this and we'll do that. However, it is a charity game, so if it is, for talking sake, 3-2, we try and even it up at the end and try and make it for each. And I went, oh, so this football's fucking predetermined and all you're telling me? Kind of like that. Before just went, I was all nervous after it, they kind of laughed.
By the way, Stephen Grado makes a joke and nobody laughs. It's the worst thing ever. He goes in a mood for about a week.
He told me football's fake and all. Kind of like that. But then
you're shouting at Ian Jess. Ian, you know what I said there?
You know what I said there, Ian?
Because did you hear that?
Because mate, I don't know if you know this, I'm a wrestler, mate. So I came to penalties. And of course, was I know the last penalty taker, the fifth and final penalty taker, and if I was to take it, it was to score the goal, and that was to win the game. And I was so confident when up there. It was a guy, the goalkeeper was a twitcher. I thought, fuck it, I've got him. He's a twitcher. Went up, and the PA's gone, no, there's Grado to take the penalty to win the team for the blue team. And I fucking hit it right at him. I was devastated. And it was such a horrible feeling, I'm not joking, because I was pure thinking, see, when I was walking up taking it, I was like, I can't wait to phone up Stephanie and go, babe, I done it. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't wait to tell her that I'd scored the winning penalty and I fucking put it right to the goalie.
Grado, did you tweet Aaron Ramsey asking how he's dealt with it?
Well, mate, I don't care at any level, that boy must have suffered after, because even just up at a game in Cove Rangers and the feeling that I had on the way down the road, it was horrible.
You played in Barney Diamonds, man? You played in Barney Diamonds?
We've not been asked.
Nah, you're a mate. Barney Diamond can go and take a run and fuck t-shirt.
Are you playing, Bob?
Yeah, I'm the fucking game when I play the charity games there.
Well, I said I would bring you
only up 5 goals the last time, remember?
I said I'd bring you up next year.
What?
I said I'd bring you up next year to the organisers.
You play with Aberdeen Legends? Get yourself to fuck.
I'm just looking here, Grado, at the team picture. I'm trying to work out. And Joe Harper was there from what?
No, I was like, I goes, who's that, Owen? That's Aberdeen's biggest ever goal scorer.
Yeah.
I was like, is he the chairman or something?
What? Duncan Shearer?
No, Joe Harper. I was like, who's Owen?
So, good news is, though, thousands were raised for cash for kids. And you were in the winning team in the end, weren't you, Grado?
Because I think the next person missed a penalty or something like that.
I thought you had missed the penalty.
No, we still won it, but I could have...
You could have won the game for them.
Aye.
So really, you're not angry about losing, you're angry about not getting the glory.
Basically, aye.
Not getting the glory in a charity match. What a guy, man.
Hey, see when you cross that white line, it's for charity, right? But see when you cross that white line, it's battle. You want to win.
Grado, was Eugene Daddy playing from what I'm reading here?
Aye, he was in the Clay's peg. He was in the peg next to me.
Was he big Eugene Daddy? Mind him, he was a good Aaron Martin, Chris Clark.
Do you remember Eugene? Remember Eugene Daddy was white in FIFA?
Yes.
Was he?
Aye, mate. Aye. I don't know why. That was amazing. It was
he played about 70 minutes and he came off and I was like, well done, big man, you fucked. And he was like, no.
Well, there you go. Well done, Grado. The next charity game, you said the next charity game you're going to play in the sticks, but are you now converted to outfield after that mesmerising 6 minutes?
I'm a central midfielder now, I didn't realise.
Right, okay, sorry.
I didn't realise.
Central midfielder now, so...
Who came off for you, Grado?
What?
Who came off for you?
I think it was some kind of guy that does social media for Aberdeen or something like that.
Brilliant. Great.
I love how you're not wanting to go and all that, then when you realise there's a chance that Craig Brown's forgot about you. Yeah, Craig, you better fling me on.
Well, he said he was getting abuse after I come on. They didn't bring me on because I was like women at the side going, "Come on, Grado, bring Grado in." He forgot to do
Aye,
it.
the women are telling Craig Brown, you know you're getting on, eh?
That's because Grado's the sexiest man that's ever been in Aberdeen.
Still love Buster up in Aberdeen, don't
They
they?
did, mate. That's what I'm saying, Bob. See when I wrestled in Aberdeen, I'm not joking.
Aye.
See when I done Buster in River City, see when I was wrestling, the whole crowd were going, Buster, Buster.
Really?
Mate, they love River City up there, I'm no joking.
Brilliant. I'll come up next year.
Right.
There you go, all sorted for next year. Lads, remember a few weeks ago, we're talking about the workplace mistakes. There's been more coming in over the last couple of weeks, and I'll give you a few just now. Canyon Outis says, I'll never not laugh at this. A boy I played football with went for an interview. Things going really, really well, and they asked him, what will you bring to the company? And he replied, I don't know, a pot noodle or something. In the job interview. This, however, is a belter. Fraser's got in touch. All right, guys, class podcast. Just caught up with the fuck-ups at work. Thought I'd tell you mine. I used to work in Bathgate train station. One afternoon, I nipped out for a smoke mid-shift. Wasn't supposed to because I was only staff there, but I thought no one would find out. While smoking, I seen a guy 6 feet away from me at the bike stands attempting to saw a bike lock. Bold as brass, he explained he'd lost his keys for his bike lock and asked if I'd help. Cigarette in mouth, and then took the tension off the chain to make it easier for him to cut. He got it off, put the saw in his bag, and thanked me before leaving. Fast forward 3 hours, a lycra-clad fucking Lance Armstrong lookalike appears at the desk to ask for the CCTV footage as someone had stolen his bike. My heart sank. Next thing, I've got the transport post, the cyclist, and a gaffer huddled round the screen watching me sneak out for a smoke. What can only be described as a tramp make off with a $4,500 road bike.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that is brilliant, man. Fag and Muff. I love that the fag's still in the Muff and he's pure.
But anyway, see, last week when we were talking about this, I spoke to about my mate John Galt. Who had said, told the guy on the phone, hold on and I'll see if there's any cunt jumping about.
Aye.
So I get a text, you're getting fucked with slander. My lawyer will be in touch. The guy was for Bill Hill, he didn't live on my street.
I got in touch with Fraser, reached out to say, did he keep his job? We haven't heard back, so hopefully...
Do you know what that reminds me? Did any of you used to watch Trigger Happy TV back in the day?
Aye.
Remember the one where he would dress up as a burglar?
Aye.
And he would stop all women going, "You're going to geese up onto this wall. I've left the oven or something like that to try and break it."
Brilliant. So there you go.
Mate, that was as good as your Aberdeen joke, man.
Anyway, there's no Bertie Connor this week, but Steve has been in touch and says, hi guys, massive fan of the podcast, love the content, wondering if you'd be so kind to congratulate the boys of Rossvale 2006 Colts on their massive cup win last week. First season they've been together, they were down to 10 men after 15 minutes, won the game, great effort by the boys, and he's trying to drum up some high profile lights etc. to use to try and get some funding from local business. Now, normally in this spot we have a song like Happy Birthday from Chris. Yes. I was wondering, Chris, for Rossvale 2006 Colts, could you sing We Are the Champions, but in the club singer style?
In the club singer style?
Yes.
Right.
Like Barney Diamond style?
Okay.
Like Phoenix Nights?
Like Shooting Stars?
Shooting Stars.
Like Shooting Stars. Right, okay. I can get in my dad, oh, human race, I can do, oh, no, we had a champion in my phone. And we had a champion, we had a champion, oh, I forget, we had a champion.
Nice. Well done, Rossvale 2006.
Well done, Rossvale.
Rossvale 2006. Good on you.
what's been happening in Scottish football, guys? It's not much to report back, is there? Obviously, I missed the podcast last week with the Scotland result. Fucking disastrous. I watched it in a pub down in Leeds. But a whole bunch of Scottish supporters in there, but fucking terrible. We were so bad. So bad.
I missed it. I was on a flight home from Greece, missed it. Touched down, got a signal on my phone, started seeing the result. Aye, poor. Very.
I was in my wanking chariot for work that night.
I was at Drumsine.
I know.
Holiday Park.
Is that where you were, mate?
Aye, Drumsine, aye.
I love it there, man. I love it.
Have you been there before?
Walk out.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I go there all the time. I was there. They gave us a big Turks caravan the last time, remember?
Oh, I do remember that. Aye, I do remember that.
Aye.
Oh, I get the better one.
Me and Nick on the Baines go there all the time, man.
I get the big lodge one.
Great, brilliant. So Scotland game.
Mate,
fucking hell.
Mate, I've been in all the lodges up there, mate.
You guys love a lodge,
a fucking lodge.
You too. Right. But obviously then we see Wales go through there at the weekend as well. I think, would we have beaten Wales, do you think?
I would have beat Wales.
No. Because you know what? My point remains from last week. We are bottle jobs. I think even if we vote through against Ukraine, vote to Wales, I think we would have bottled it. I really do.
Hennessy had some game though. Absolutely, some game he had.
I seen wee bits and bobs of that game, man. Like Ukraine were robbed, weren't they?
Aye.
Like that was a penalty, wasn't it?
I would.
I would say it's a. Anywhere else to pitch, it's a free kick.
It's an OG as well that's beating them, innit?
Aye.
You know what I mean?
No, listen, congratulations.
They don't got a goal chopped off, I know. Aye.
Wales straight their first World Cup since the 50s, so well done to them.
Is that who we're supporting?
We got to support. I think probably aye. I think.
Yeah.
No for me.
Nah, no for you.
I don't know. Always probably Argentina. I like Argentina.
You'll be supporting Japan, Chris.
Are Japan there?
I think Japan are there, aye.
Right. Well, if Japan's there, obviously I'll support them. However, when Italy are me there, I like either Germany or Argentina.
I'm the same. Now, Italy's my number one. Well, if Scotland were there, but Scotland are never there. But Italy, are the Dutch here?
Dutch are there, aye.
I'll go with Dutch for Gio.
Dutch for Gio, there we go.
I'll go to Americans for the wrestling and Jamie Sands.
Right, okay, for the Americans and Jamie Sands, the wrestlers. Brilliant. Right, Dundee appointed a new manager. Let's hand over to our football expert on all matters that are non-Scottish, Chris Toll. Gary Bowyer, is he a good appointment? Obviously Blackburn, Blackpool, Bradford and most recently Salford City, Chris.
Another guy that get bombed out of Salford City, innit? Do you know what I mean? You never know. Like, again, they've been outside of Scottish football, which I'm quite happy about because, like we've said already, there's been that many managers that just it's like Gus McPherson and all of that back in the day that had about 42 teams to his name. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And there's never a success at any of them apart from one. It's like these managers live on past glories, so it'll be good to see a wee bit of fresh blood coming in and see how he does. If I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not very familiar. I'm not familiar with him at all. I actually thought it was Lee Bowyer for a wee while, and I was like, all right, fair dues. But I've never really heard much about him, to be honest.
And the other side of Dundee, interesting that Tam Courts has been given permission to speak to Croatian side Rijeka about the job that they've got. That is what a move. That would be a strange move, eh?
That's a big team.
Yeah, it's a big team, and he's been asked. They've approached Tam Courts to manage them.
Well,
so again, an up and coming Scottish talent goes away to another country.
Scotland.
I may never see him again.
Yeah, well,
one of them ones.
Could be that. But aye, so that Tam Courts.
Good move for him though if he gets that.
Aye.
Yeah. Barkas we talked about at the start
legend.
Off to Utrecht on loan.
What about Regan Charles Cook?
And Regan Charles Cook. Are you surprised that no one in Scotland's taken a punt on him, or do you think because I guess for Rangers and Celtic he's probably more for Rangers than Celtic. On a free, would you take a punt on him, Stephen?
I think me and my mate spoke about this in the group chat. I think I mentioned it on this a while ago. I would have certainly explored the opportunity to maybe have a look at, because I think he scored enough goals in this league, and
he never stops. He never stops. He's a pure pest up front, man.
Aye, he looked a right good, right handy player. I would have had a look at him, but he's off now.
Cash it's one of the ones where again you might never hear of him again, at least. But you're right, John. I'm surprised.
He'll turn up at Dunfermline or something in about 6 months. I mean, losing all the goodwill that he had for Scottish football. Like, what did you call that boy with Motherwell? Louis Moult. Remember, he went down south, come back up and never heard him again. And there's been a few that it's happened with. But
he done well up here, didn't he, Louis Moult?
Aye. They did, but these people...
Rangers wanted him at one point, didn't they?
Aye, they did, mate. Aye, they did.
Was that until your man punched the jaw off him at the end of the game that night, remember? What do you call it? My point about Regan Charles Cook is he's probably at his most valuable now, so it's probably he's thinking I better cash in here, and it's going to be a big deal for him. So fair play to him.
Sorry, man's in it, stick or twist.
I hope it goes well for him. Fingers crossed.
One player in Scotland that could be on his way to the old firm, Benjamin Siegrist, Dundee United, apparently a target for Celtic with Barkas moving on. Chris, you take that?
Stevie, anytime I see highlights against other teams, he always does well. See, anytime I see him playing against Celtic, he always flings one in. Always. He's good. Aye.
He has good games against Rangers, too.
Aye,
he really does.
Aye.
Just sign him and play him in the Rangers games then.
Hibs been quite active as well in the transfer market. Signed 3 hours and 3 signs in the last 24 hours. Australian fullback Lewis Miller's moved, and Belgian Rocky Bushiri has moved to Easter Road as well.
What a name that is! Rocky Bushiri.
I know that name for somewhere.
Rocky
Probably
Bushiri.
Champ Man.
It might be, mate. It might be. I've been playing a lot of that recently. I'm currently manager of a French team at Lorient, right?
Lorient, aye.
By the way, 18 games into the season, haven't lost a match. I'm fucking absolutely killing it.
Is Rocky Bushiri playing for you?
No, mate, but he's probably played against me, and that's where I recognise him.
The Jambo's been in the move in the Australian market as well. Kyle Rolls has moved from there as well. Robbie Nielsen says it's a big coup for them.
I enjoy a Jambo Rolls.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on now, that's a good one. We're after to start.
There we go. It's all just rumours at the moment. Calvin Ramsey apparently moving to Liverpool as well. That's the big one.
I seen that yesterday. He's quite hot property now, isn't he?
Yes, does seem to be. Seems to be.
Good player.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I followed him on Instagram. He's in Dubai.
Is he?
Cool, mate.
Yeah, nice one. Right, and now for the daft.
You're bullying the life out of him, Stevie.
What is happening in the world of daft? Would you like to hear, boys, about when a joke became reality? Would you like to hear about the strange things people have lost in Ubers, or would you like a game of football daft fortunes regarding saving money?
Football Daft
Fortunes the best.
Football Daft Fortunes, isn't it? Right, okay. So a new study has found the top ways people are saving all their money, because obviously the cost of living, and as Grado says, the world is pissed because he had to pay £8.95 for a Cajun macaroni cheese the other week there. So obviously the cost of living is rising as we know it. How do you think people are saving money? I've got a top 10 list of the most common money saving methods. Stephen, you can go first since you chose it.
Keeping lights off.
Keeping lights off. It's not there, surprisingly.
No. What about doing a shite instead of using toilet roll, getting in the shower and just point your arse up to the spout?
Surely that would cost more.
Oh, aye.
Right, so I'm going to kind of technically give you that. Not flushing the toilet every
your
time
arse
you
up
go.
to the spout. Holding your arse up to the spout. What a line.
Not flushing the toilet every time you go. Yeah.
Well, see, to be honest with you, I kind of need to do, sometimes I need to keep my peas in the middle of the night just so I don't wake up the rain.
I do that as well, when you go for a pee. And when you're up in the morning, like as we are, Grado, early doors, you go for a kind of stealth pee. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The pee doesn't hit the water. Do you know what I mean?
Quiet.
And you go slow, a slow flow, hit the side. Don't go for the water.
Play a wee game and circle and all that.
Have a sit down pee.
Mate, I have to admit to you, mate, I've become a sit-down peer the last...
He does that, mate, have you not done that for a while now, Greg?
I've done it for a while, man, aye. Stephanie thinks she says it's the most unattractive thing about me, is that I do sit-down peas.
That's not fair.
She's obviously not seen you holding your ass up to the spout yet.
Right. Grado, I'm going to give you another go since you kind of got that. Go for it. Money saving tips, Grado.
Money saving tips. Putting food in the freezer instead of flinging in the bin, no.
No.
Chris.
Charity shops.
Charity shops. Only shopping for sale items.
Buying your clothes out of charity shops.
Only shopping for sale items, and it's a kind of double there, Chris. Sewing ripped or worn clothes. That's one. Right, okay, I'll go again, Chris.
Staying in.
Staying in's not there.
No.
Stephen, I'll give you another round.
No turning the heating on.
Yep, it is there.
I've got another go, Grado.
Sorry, pal.
On you go, Grado.
No, that's not going to be on it.
I've got one, and it comes from COVID, cutting your veins hair.
Yes, Chris, it is there. DIY haircut.
That was, that's a wee COVID number there. That's a blast for the past, that.
So, top 10 list then. DIY haircuts, not flushing the toilet every time you go, only shopping for sale items, rewrapping gifts you received and giving them to other people. Have you ever been a victim of regifting before?
Oh,
I think I have.
Were we? I think we were, but I can't remember what it was.
It's like in old school when Will Ferrell...
Mate, that's exactly what I thought. The bread maker.
Bread maker.
Gives it to the Wayne for his birthday as well. Oh, man. That's brilliant.
Wearing extra clothes instead of turning on the heating, so I'll give you that one. Taking a packed lunch to work. Coupon collecting. Grado, you strike me as a coupon collecting kind of guy. You strike me as a guy that kind of in the supermarket will bust out a coupon, no?
The fuck?
Right, no, not.
Packed lunch.
I use a coupon, like, I'm quite happy.
I don't even have a club card.
You don't have a club? What?
No, I know, man, it's annoying.
Club card gets you basically half the price of your shopping.
See, that's annoying, man, but I feel as if...
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I've not got one either.
Bob, have you not got that thing where you think I'm too late in the day for it?
Aye.
Number two,
even when they ask you, man,
number
in the
two,
shops and they ask me, I'm like, no. So I'm like, no, it's all right.
What?
I know, I need to do it.
Mere money and fucking sense. Take your own bags to the supermarket.
That's annoying.
I do that.
Everyone does that.
Oh, that's annoying. I've honestly got a bit.
I have to have bag for life in my boot all the time.
Aye.
Do you know the funniest thing to see is, like, because obviously in Scotland we're a bit fucking tight. You see these people coming out the fucking supermarket juggling about a big shop like that. You know what I mean? Because they've only paid for the fucking plastic bag.
My favourite one is folk coming out of Tesco with Asda bags. It's
aye. I had a conversation with a lassie. I said, does that fucking piss you off? See when I turn up, because I've got an Asda bag for life and I go to Tesco's and I always, it's like, I guess it's like Celtic and turn up at the Celtic, store with a Rangers bag or something like that.
I don't think it's quite as bad as that, John.
But yeah, what I do, it crosses my mind. So I've got the big fucking, like, now
you've got the best one, haven't you, mate?
Insulated ones.
I've got one of them, right, and I've got the other one, but I feel guilty when I walk into like the Co or something. Wait, I think it's for Tesco or
you do.
I don't know. But I feel guilty. I do feel
guilty. I like the paper ones, the big thick paper ones you get in Morrison's.
The new one, they kind of. I know what you're talking about.
But you feel like an American going to the grocery store.
You feel like you're in one of the guys in fucking, I don't know, some fucking city in America.
You feel like you're like the old cunt for Shawshank Redemption that went out and had. You pack the bags at the end. The brown paper bags.
That's exactly what it. I think
you could do that. The opening scene of The Party, Stevie, where he's like putting all the stuff into the bags and all that. That's it. Walking out. So there we go. That's the ways you save money if you're looking for some top money saving tips. Right, this week on Football Daft Focus, we are going to be talking to an MLS expert, guys. We've been talking the last couple of weeks about picking MLS teams, right? This guy I've got coming on, Craig Kelly, he is a top tipster and he specialises in the MLS, and he's going to give us some advice on what teams we should be picking to support over the summer. So great chat to him. On the big question, Chris, after you pointed out to us the Cameron Carter Vickers is staying at Celtic because he's got a bunch of titles heading his way. We're going to look at the best rumours you've heard. Grado, you've got 3 riddles, that's right.
Yes.
And we've got your moments of the week. That's all coming up on this week's Football Daft.
John, guess what isn't fair?
What's not fair?
The fact that Netflix hides thousands and thousands of shows, movies, because of where you stay. And then they have the nerve to bump up the prices. That's right, John. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Netflix have raised their prices again.
Oh, tell me about it, man. My Netflix bill's through the roof these days.
I remember it was only a £5 at one point. Man.
Aye!
Anyway, you could just cancel your subscription and protest, or you could be smart about it and make sure you're getting your full money's worth by using ExpressVPN like I do. See, you might not know what's on the Netflix. You might not know what's on the Netflix in your country is completely different from what somebody in USA, Japan has in theirs. Using ExpressVPN, I can control which country I want my Netflix to think that I'm in. Now, it's got 90 countries that you can choose for, so every time that I run out of stuff to watch, John, all I do is I switch it around, change it to another country, and I can unlock new shows. So the now I am watching a bit of I'm watching this Japanese program now, and it's brilliant. It's in subtitles. It's really, really fantastic. Now, it's not on the UK Netflix, but we just tapping the button in ExpressVPN. It lets me change my location to Japan, and I can catch that Japanese drama. That
I've watched a lot of the anime using the ExpressVPN and hitting Japan because I love, I love my anime, Grado. Love my anime. Aye, I do.
Grado, what's your Japanese program called?
I'll need to have a look at it.
Well, Grado looks for that. The best part of ExpressVPN, it's not just for Netflix. You can use ExpressVPN.
It's called Hanakimi. Hanakimi.
You can use ExpressVPN to unlock shows on other streaming services too. Yep. So if you are on your holidays or you're listening to this podcast in Australia or whatever, you can get access to the BBC iPlayer and you'll be able to watch Two Doors Down or Scott Squad or even River City if you want. So
do you know it's funny, right? Because I'm not see my debut episode in River City, Bob. I was actually wrestling in Florida and I put on ExpressVPN down Tampa Beach and I managed to catch it. Watched the iPlayer. We're sitting with Nick Dinsmore, Eugene. That's how I caught it. So there you have it. It's, the benefits are never ending with ExpressVPN. So all you need to do is stop paying the full price for streaming service and only getting access to a fraction of the content you need to get your money's worth at expressvpn.com and use /daft. Use /daft because you can get an extra 3 months of the ExpressVPN app for free. That's expressvpn.com/daft. Get it up now, get it loaded, get it signed up, and enjoy the rest of your life.
It's time for Football Daft Focus as we get into the big talking points of Scottish football normally, but there isn't much going on at the moment. So we've had a bit of the Nations League, we've had a bit of international football, but our insatiable appetite for football needs quenched. So over the summer, we thought we'd turn our attentions to the MLS and try and pick out teams to support. Now, to help us on this quest, we have a man who knows all about the MLS. He runs a tipping Twitter to let you know what to bet on. It is Craig Kelly. How you doing, Craig?
Absolutely amazing. Glad to be on here. How are you guys doing?
All good, mate. All good.
So, Craig, do you live in the UK or do you live in America?
I live in Scotland.
Live in Scotland.
I live in a little town called Dumfries.
Oh, really?
Dumfries, that's an MLS hotbed.
How did you get into the MLS specifically, Craig?
It actually was FIFA 2005.
Wow.
When I fell in love with it, just playing it, and I've just loved it ever since.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
So tell me this one, see when you got to FIFA a few years later and they brought the story mode in, and it was remember, and you had to be what was the guy's name again? The striker for Zabez or something like that.
Something like that,
Aye, that was great. That was great fun. That actually, I loved that.
Yeah.
So do you know what? Do you
That's
prefer?
right, that then.
Do you prefer American football to Scottish football, Craig?
I like both. I prefer it over like the Premier League because there's no money involved.
Aye.
In the MLS. It's less money, and same with Scottish football. It's like not about the money.
Yeah.
So how come they're able to attract all these big name players? Like, for example, LA have just signed Chiellini. He's not going there on pennies. Do you know what I mean? So
in the MLS, you're only allowed 3 designated players per team.
right.
So you're only allowed, if them players are over £100,000, you're only allowed 3 of them a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay.
Ah,
Didn't realise that.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if you remember when Tampa Bay signed Pele and George Best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johan
That's
Cruyff as well, didn't they?
And that's when they went bust. And that's why the MLS have stopped that.
That was the catalyst for this rule.
Yeah, so clubs stopped going bust.
Right.
That's actually a good. It's the old school 3 foreigner rule. Remember that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
John, bet your Rangers wish that rule was in 2012.
Like, cheers for that, mate. I'll catch you later.
So Craig, talk me through, who's your MLS team?
My MLS team is New York City, actually.
Right.
That's your jersey as well, John.
Ronnie Dyler, the manager of the team, isn't he?
Aye.
How's it going on?
Current Rangers player as well.
Aye, James Sands, isn't he? Sands.
By the way, what's the crack with him? Is he worth the money that they're talking about to sign him full time?
Yes, 100%. He'll probably be the best player in Scotland next year.
Seriously?
Behave yourself.
Let the man speak.
He'll be better than Glenn Kamara, trust me.
Seriously?
He is a good player. He just needs to settle in. That's the problem.
Craig, that's the thing, man. It's too many folk are quick to bash players because they don't hit the all fire cylinders or whatever you say right away.
They don't fire on all cylinders right away.
Aye,
they don't hit all fire cylinders.
Look out for the fiery cylinders.
You get what I mean, but Craig, I think that's a Scottish thing, you know.
Look at John Lundstrom. We were quick to fucking
exactly,
man. Him doing, you know what I mean, and then
I'm Shane Duffy.
He was rubbish though.
So, right, let's go to the boys' teams then, Craig, and you can tell them if they picked well or not. I've still to pick, so I want to come last. Because I want
you still not picked your team, John?
I've still not picked my team because I'm waiting for Craig, right? Because I'm a Falkirk supporter, Craig, right? And I need success in my life, right? I can't be supporting a team that are going to do shite every week like Falkirk. I need someone that's going to be a surefire winner. I mean, a team that are going to win cups. I'm going to need a team that's winning the league. So I'll let the boys pick their teams first, and then I'll come last. All right. So Stephen, you go first. Who are you going for?
Los Angeles FC.
They're top of the fucking league.
There was a reason why I picked this team, right? Right. What was that again? There was a reason. Aye, it's because the team Toll picked was second. So I looked at the league and I seen the team that's right next to me.
Well, I didn't. Say, I've got to be
honest.
No,
you get to talk. You get to go back. Right, I know that's not why you picked them. You picked them for a reason. I remember your reason. It was quite funny. But I just thought I'm going to pick this team because they look quite neck and neck with Toll's team. So I thought it'll keep it interesting. So Los Angeles FC, they've just signed Chiellini off the back of me announcing that I'm supporting. You know what I mean? So it's kind of I'm liking that. Because I'm a big
My main worry for them is they've got a great starting 11. It's outside the starting 11 that's going to kill them. You've got to think they've got to travel 4 hours to get to a game.
Aye.
For away match.
I maybe should have done what John did and waited till we spoke to this guy, man.
But I mean,
is it made a kind of East Coast scene at the MLS?
So you play in East. See if you're in the East, you play each team in the East twice, but you play every team in the West once a season. But you've also got to travel 4 or 6 hours to get there.
And you got to think about
time zones.
Yeah.
Aye.
And if you're playing like Inter Miami, you've got heat of 30 degrees as well to think of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
That's
a
what I
lot
mean.
of.
Do you know what? But I'm not
Yep.
changing. I'm sticking
Right,
to my
okay,
team.
well, they look good. We've got the league in front of me. They've 29 points, top of the league. The closest they've got is Dallas, who are 4 points behind Stephen. So that's looking like a good choice from you. Grado, who were you going for?
I picked Orlando City Football Club or soccer club.
Thoughts,
Yeah.
Craig?
Orlando is a bit,
Right.
they're good, but on their day they can be absolutely amazing. But they've
Aye.
not had their days. They're
Aye.
not the worst.
Oh fuck! I thought they had Fernando Torres, but he's not called that. It's Facando Torres. Is he any
Brilliant.
good?
Brilliant.
He will be playing in the Premier League in 3 years' time.
Who, Facando?
Yeah, he is such a good young Uruguayan talent.
I was saying, oh, is he Uruguayan or no? Oh no, it's no.
Craig, is there any upcoming talent from Los Angeles that my team, is there any name that you think could be a big
Your
hit?
team is quite old.
Ah,
You've got Carlos Vela up front.
Fucking hell.
I can't. No, that was one of the reasons I took. Hey, he's still class though.
Carlos
Still
Cuellar
class.
plays up front.
No,
Carlos Vela.
Oh right.
Carlos Cuellar, Los Angeles centre forward. Los Angeles number 9.
Right, so we're saying, Craig, Orlando are they're fifth in the league from what I can see at the moment, but not big hopes for Grado's team.
If they win the league, they go into a playoff against the other side. Are
Right.
you taking the league or the field?
Wait a minute. Right, you need to fill us in on this. Is there like loads of different competitions and stuff like that within the league?
So in the East and West, that's 2 different leagues.
Yeah.
They join together to make one league.
Right.
The top 12 go into a playoff to see who wins overall.
Oh, do they?
Ah.
Oh, right. So it becomes it's like a bit like the Power Rangers. The 2 leagues become one and form a super league.
Mighty Morphin MLS league.
I love
It's like
that.
it's like the SPL, but reversed.
Who's the current champions?
New York City.
Aye, because Ronnie Dyler got naked, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I see.
Craig, did they do the Ronnie Rowe?
Yes, he did.
Right, we know where Chris is going with this choice. And Chris, what's your team?
Chris has already made his choice.
I've made my choice. I deliberately never went with New York City purely because I knew they were the champions. So I was having a wee scout through, and I thought I'm going to pick a team that I like their strip the best. Right.
Brilliant.
Now it didn't even. That's how I picked my American football team. By the way, that's how I ended up picking the Ravens for my American football team. Right. And I'm looking through, and do you know what? It was the away shirt that I seen. Like it was the sponsor that attracted me to them. And I've went for Austin.
Oh.
Right? Now their sponsor is Yeti, and it's just in big bold black letters across the front of the jersey. It just says Yeti, and I loved it. So that's where I went. Yeah, I went with Austin. So tell me about them, Craig. What's going on? What's going on down in Austin?
They're owned by Michael McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
His brother. Is it Matthew McConaughey's brother?
Who owns them? Matthew McConaughey. Is it Matthew McConaughey owns them?
aye.
Yes.
Oh.
You belter. All right.
And they were only created 3 years ago. So they're a brand new franchise.
Oh, yous are hated, Paul, man. We all hate yous, man.
You're like Leipzig.
Red Bull Austin.
Aye, that's what it's like, man. Leipzig, man.
LAFC were only created 5 years ago.
Aye, you can't talk either,
Oh, fuck, were they?
Aye, but Orlando's been a bit for a while with the nose.
6 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
When was New York formed? When was your team formed, Craig?
2012.
So 10 years ago.
But see, remember you were talking about like Pelé and all that, but did George Best not play for like a wee American team?
That was the NASL.
So what happened? Did the teams all just start again or something?
Aye, we got rebooted. The whole
Yeah,
got
teams
like a reboot.
That were Dallas Burn, which are now FC Dallas.
That's Ryan's team. FC Dallas is Ryan's team. He's picked
New
them.
York Red Bulls used to be called New York Metro Stars.
Aye.
You remember,
yes.
remember Kansas City was called Kansas City
Kansas
Wizards?
City
Kansas City
Wizards.
Wizards.
And even before that, they were called Kansas City Wiz, and they had to change their name because of the drug connotations.
Did Mo Johnson not play for them?
He did.
Aye.
Absolutely. Went there after Falkirk.
John, what are you thinking then?
Well, I'm looking at the leagues, and I think I'm going to jump on Craig's bandwagon. I'm going to support New York City, right? They're top of the league at the moment, 26 points. As far as I'm aware, Craig, decent players there, isn't there?
My only worry for them is
Oh, God, don't give me worries, Craig.
Tate Castellanos, literally one of the best strikers you'll ever see. He would honestly replace Morelos at Rangers. He's that good.
Who?
He scored 30 plus goals.
What's his name?
Castellanos.
Tatianis.
Right, you're going to tell me he's injured, aren't you? You're going to tell me he's injured for this. No.
Nottingham
He's going to be, somebody's got to buy him.
Nottingham Forest have just had a £15 million bid for him.
15 million or 50 million, did you say there?
15.
15.
Right.
I don't think he'll go there.
Yankees better than Nottingham Forest, mate. With all due respect to Nottingham Forest.
Man City own New York City.
Yes, that's right.
So he'll go to Man City and you'll never hear him again. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
Right.
What about Beckham's team? Are they all right?
And Miami.
They're absolutely shit.
They're rotten, man. They are rotten, aye.
Is your man Neville still the manager?
Yes, I don't know how.
Right, okay.
They've got a fat Gonzalo Higuain up front that can't even run.
Brilliant.
Did he wear pink every game? Is that their colours? Pink, huh?
Pink and black.
Oh, Brett the Hitman Hart.
Fantastic, went straight there.
Yeah. Who decided that strip? Brett the Kitman Hart?
Yeah, see the guy they've got front, man, is he a sharpshooter?
Look at that!
Wrestling joke.
Wrestling joke from Stephen Purden.
What, hear that pop there, boys, man?
Oh, well played. Well, Craig, listen, thank you so much for coming on and informing us about the MLS. We're all sorted now. So, Stephen, you're going for
Los Angeles FC.
Grado.
Orlando City or something.
Chris.
Yeti. I mean Austin.
I'm going City. I'm with Craig. City all the way. Come on, bring on.
Ryan's going for FC Dallas.
And Ryan's got FC Dallas.
What about Dallas? Are they good, Craig?
They're okay. They're not the best. They've just sold their striker Ricardo Pepe to Augsburg in Germany. He's not scored a goal yet in Germany. But...
You been in an MLS game yet, Craig?
No, I'm going in September.
What you got to see?
Nashville.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
What are they home to New York? Who you spot?
Yeah, they're away. They're at home. Yeah.
You'll love Nashville, mate. You'll love it. It's the best.
I've never been. I really want to go.
Mate, it's the best, man.
Do you like your country music, mate?
Oh, I love it.
Right, what a fucking trip that's going to be,
mate. That's fantastic. Brilliant.
Good on you, Craig.
Great, brilliant for coming on, Craig. Thanks. We'll all be supporting MLS. Listen, drop us a line for Football Daft Pod. Let us know who you're supporting in the MLS. We'd love to hear from you as well.
Cheers, Craig.
He's got a point to make.
One last thing. I want to talk about Ryan Gold.
Right.
Oh, yes.
By the way,
he should be in the Yankees. Should be in the Scotland squad, mate.
100%. He's not had the great season so far, but last season he scored 6 goals in 12 games.
Right, and did they not have some 10 assists as well, though?
Yeah, he currently pulled that Vancouver side out of nowhere. He is one of the best players in the MLS.
Really? Right, so we're saying... I mean, the thing is, obviously Johnny Russell was getting in the Scotland squad and Kenny Miller as well when they were out over there as well.
Both of them were already established Scotland players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So...
How old is Ryan Gold now?
23?
Is that all?
You feel as if he's been about for about 20 years, don't you?
I know.
Absolutely crazy.
Even Johnny Russell's still performing.
Really?
Lewis Morgan's the second top scorer for Red Bulls.
Yeah, I've seen that. He's doing all right there as
He's
well.
doing really well as well.
Times must be tough in the MLS if he's second top scorer.
But listen, thanks so much for that insight. Brilliant, Craig. Thanks so much. And you have your own Twitter, so you can get MLS tips and lots of other football betting tips, Craig. What is it?
CK Tips 3010.
Brilliant.
Do you ken a guy called Billy Batty?
No.
Right, no.
There we go. And we'll leave it at that. If you know Billy Batty, please get in touch with Football Daft Pod and you can let Grado know you know Billy Batty. Right, Craig, thanks so much. And that's it for this week's Football Daft Focus.
Football Daft's big question.
After Chris's revelation a few weeks ago about Carter Vickers staying at Celtic after a bunch of kitchen tiles were apparently destined to his house after getting a picture taken in a warehouse in Glasgow, the word on the street is he's now staying because he's getting tiles for his kitchen. Right?
John, I'm starting to think somebody's just printed that label off, mate, and stuck it to a
Do you
bunch of
think
tiles.
so?
I think so. I think they've bent us over and done us dry, mate.
Well, maybe that's the case. But it's a brilliant rumour that he's staying at Celtic. So we thought we'd ask on the big question this week, what is the best football rumour you have heard? Stephen, you want to kick us off for this?
I remember, Grado will remember, so will you, John, and probably you as well, too. I remember it was like I think it was I want to say it's a Friday night, right? This fucking absolute overdrive. Robin Van Persie's going to Rangers.
Oh, I remember that.
Honestly, right?
I remember that.
And we're all sitting there, and it got that. Everybody's buzzing about it. You're buzzing. We're talking about it. You're talking about Van Persie, and you're going, I mean, see if we can get this guy in, get that guy. Then you've got Van Persie up front. It just went, didn't it go wild, Grado?
I remember
it went absolute wild. And see, it wasn't a Friday night. It was a fucking last night, the transfer window. It was a Monday or something. Anyway, I remember we were all talking about it in a group chat and we're like, fucking checking Sky Sports News. It was rife. Then we signed Joey Garner. Joey fucking Garner, honestly. And we're sitting there and you're going, I'd never felt so deflated. That way you won't allow yourself to be brought in. I'm not believing it, but then you're going, it's happening. And there was people saying, I've just seen him coming out of Glasgow Airport, seen him at fucking Ross Hall, getting his fucking medical at Ross Hall, and then we signed fucking Joey Garner, man. Oh,
I feel as if, mine's is similar to that, but I felt as if it happened more than one transfer window, but we always heard Alan Smith was going to come to Rangers.
Aye, man.
Alan Smith was always one.
He likes Rangers, didn't he?
Aye. And I think Robbie Fowler as well. I think Robbie Fowler was always kind of one as well that was always kind of...
Smudger was a big one, man. He was always getting linked all the time, man.
Smudger. Stevie drinks room in the pub, know what I mean?
Aye. He's never out of Bristol, man.
What's yours, mate?
Mine, back in the day, every fucking summer, Celtic were signing Georgie Kincladze. Every summer, man. And it was to the point where I was like, right, he was like 42 by this time. I'm like, right, this summer.
That's a good chance.
It's happening this year.
Did he not turn up for a medical? I'm sure I heard that he actually did a medical at Celtic, and then he ended up going to another club instead at the last minute. Or
that was Ginola, mate.
That's Ginola. That was
David Ginola. The one that got me was we actually had fucking Rivaldo, and Martin O'Neill asked him to do a trial. What fucking Ballon d'Or winner Rivaldo, and Martin O'Neill asks him to do a trial.
What the fuck?
Mate, look it up, legit, honest to God.
What the fuck?
Stevie, I'm telling you now, man, honestly, it was legitimately, and he fucking made Ivan De La Pena do a trial as well.
Shut up, he did not.
Mate, Ivan De La Pena played for Celtic.
When?
Right, look up now, right, hold on.
De La Pena played for Celtic.
Yep, I'm going to send you
this is the fucking best rumour of them all.
I'm looking it up.
If you could show a picture of Ivo De La Pena in a Celtic top, Chris, I will...
I think it's true.
Let's see.
Grado's on it.
Marseille.
Ex-Celtic Cy Ferry, still can't believe. Ex-Espanyol star Ivan De La Pena never earned a deal at Celtic after his trial.
See,
what the fuck?
And by the way, he actually played in a game, and this was the same summer. They two were going to Celtic, and none of the two of them ended up signing because Anil asked De La Pena to do a trial, and he done it, and he played in a friendly pre-season for us, right?
Oh, I see Rivaldo Celtic trial.
See?
Oh, wow. That is new information to me. That's amazing.
That's
Hold
crazy
on.
stuff like that, isn't it?
Hold on. Rivaldo's agent said Celtic boss Martin O'Neill's offer to take the Brazilian on trial at Parkhead was an insult. Carlos Arim said O'Neill asked the 32-year-old to join his squad on a trial basis on their tour of America. People will be crying tears of laughter when they hear Celtic want to take Rivaldo on trial, he said. My client has been one of the best players in the world for many years, and I don't think he needs to play friendly games in order to prove himself. What? That is absolute. I'm sorry for doubting you. That has blew my fucking mind.
That is mental.
What the fuck?
Right, John, I'll send you a picture of De La Pena.
And a Celtic talk.
Does he look heavier too?
No, mate. De La Pena and Danny. Do you remember the Portuguese striker, Danny?
The striker.
Aye, I'll send you this now, right?
Danny was on trial at Celtic and all?
Yeah, both of them played in the same game.
Oh, wow.
There you go. I'll put it into the group chat, have a look.
De La Pena was
That is mental.
That's Andre Agassi.
Wow. We'll put that up on the Football Daft Twitter so you can see that yourself if you're listening to this week's show.
What the fuck?
I know, mate. I know.
But I'm kind of going to lower the tone a wee bit now with the best rumour I've ever heard in Scottish football. Right, now this is a rumour that circulated round my mates because Big Biff for the Sawmill told us this, right? Now,
just takes my mind directly to Back to the Future.
Big Biff for the Sawmill swears down this is true, that Pierre Van Hooijdonk and Dougie Arnott were in a gay relationship.
Oh, for Christ's sake, man. What the fuck?
John, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I've heard that exact same rumour.
It's because Big Biff told you, Chris.
And guys.
Wait, it's getting over here.
Guys, what if they were?
It's fine, Stephen.
Listen,
but
not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's a great rumour.
I thought you were going to say Pierre Van Hooijdonk was going to join Rangers with Rick Advocat. No,
but Pierre Van Hooijdonk and Dougie Arnott were in a relationship. Now, I don't know where Big Biff heard this from, but it's done the rounds round my mates for years. I don't think it's true. I think they're both very happily married men.
As much as you don't want it, man, just take a minute to picture it.
Yeah, do you remember last year when James Rodriguez apparently was away to get a set?
Aye, he was going to become fucking Julie Rodriguez.
I remember. And somebody put his face through the,
and it looked alright.
And every single guy was like, aye.
I'm sure Dougie Arnott owns a pub in Carluke. Why don't we phone it?
Hi Dougie, we're doing the podcast just now. We're just wondering. We heard Big Biff for the Sawmill said that you were in a gay relationship with Dougie, with Pierre Van Hooijdonk.
Did you ever have sexual relations with Pierre Van Hooijdonk, Dougie?
So let's move on from that then, shall we? Let's go to the listeners, see what they're saying. RW kicks us off. This was one Ronaldinho going to Dundee.
Was St Mirren.
Was St Mirren. Was St Mirren.
It was St Mirren. It was Maradona's boy was going to Dundee. Remember
was that after Ronaldinho had his problems with the fucking law and all that?
No, it was he'd signed for PSG and he didn't have a work permit, and he couldn't get a game for PSG, so they were wanting to put him out on loan to a team where he would get an easy work permit, and fucking apparently Scotland was the place to be, and St Mirren were circling about trying to get him.
There still is like a BBC. There's like a BBC archived article, and it's like Ronaldinho, 19 years of age, and all this carry on. Looks set to come to fucking Love Street and all this.
There's one for Messi going to Rangers as well, Greg.
But I like McLeish cleared up. Apparently it was Xavi. Xavi, what the fuck you call him?
Oh,
Xavi. And we said he was 2 or something.
Aye.
Xavi's 2 Xavi couldn't get a game at Rangers. There was
one with no close to signing Ronaldo and all that.
And he was only going to play in the Champions League games.
League games, he wasn't going to play domestic games and all that.
Yeah, brilliant.
But I don't actually think it was a rumour. I actually think David Murray was attempting to do that.
Aye, I can believe that probably.
Fuck's sake, man! Imagine that.
Was there no a Beckham to Celtic at one point as well, too? Before he went to LA Galaxy or something.
Aye, that's right. Aye, there's been a few belters, man, over the years for both teams and just teams in general. In Scotland, remember Riyad Mahrez was on trial at fucking St Mirren as well.
Aye, that's right. St Mirren, aye.
Then stole a bike and cycled home.
That's right, yeah. That's a great story. Brilliant story.
Mad Mares.
Gilgamesh says Falkirk having a big enough stadium to get up to the Premiership was a cracking rumour. That's savage.
Brilliant.
You take the next one, Tool.
Aye, take this one.
Samo says Brendan Rodgers.
What else does it say? But
Staying for 10 in a row.
what?
Brendan Rodgers staying for 10 in a row.
That's the best rumour I've ever heard.
Thanks, Samo.
There's not a good song about that as well. Barkas being a professional goalkeeper.
That was a good rumour.
Bondi goes with the real Ronaldo, not the Real Ronaldo. The real Ronaldo signed for Rangers. We talked about that when Avicat was in charge on loan.
Aye. Teague says Diego Laxalt announcing Eddie Howe on Fortnite. that was just real. It's just that and Barcast. That's just great memories.
Oh man, fuck.
They were the days, had Bob.
That was last year was pure banter session for you, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. Kev is saying Goldson leaving because he sold his house for him to sign a new contract a few days later.
Aye, the fucking rumours went over, man. Everybody knew like fucking Goldson's cousin's best pal's auntie, who stayed in the same street and the house was up for sale and all that shit, remember?
Graham says Alan Smith at Ross Hall Hospital every fucking transfer window.
There you go.
Did he even still? I don't think did he still use Ross Hall? I would imagine they do it on house now, do they know?
I think it's on house now, mate. Aye. Ross Hall's such a kind of early noughties, isn't it?
So they've built a new Ross Hall. Just see where IKEA is, and you know where IKEA is, Ross Hall. It's just they built a new one right there, Ross Hall. Okay. It's a cracking big building too. Anyway.
Cool, mate. Anyway.
The last one.
And harking back to an old feature, the last one is from Ross, says 98% of Chris Toll's rumour mill. We need to bring that back in the close season. Need to bring that back.
Days.
A last minute goal in here from Scott Milligan said Rab Douglas, when he was still at Celtic, was apparently spotted in a pub in Tullibody, and the rumour started that he'd bought a new build in Tullibody and was getting a full-size goals and floodlights put in the garden. And that's this week's big question.
It's now time for Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. Welcome back to Grado's 3 riddles. This will be last week. Couldn't make the show, but I'm back, and it's time once again. You find out the scores on the boards for the riddles.
Right, okay. Kean Toll 1, Alan McDonald 1, Pat the Pallet Prick is on 1, Declan Ramage is on 1, Ian Meikle 1, Jackson 1, Sheep FM's on 2, John Mitchell's on 2, Producer Ryan is on 2, Nicola Burden's on 2, Ryan Dunbar's on 3, Ali Dixon's on 3, Albert's Legend is on 4, Dean's on 8, Steve's on 24, I'm on 26, Chris is wiping the floor with us all on 45. But before we get into this week's riddles, let's give another point for last week's riddles, which you put out, and it was... people really struggled with it. Enhance your speaking volume on the bevy with this small mammal. People were really struggling with it, and I put it out on Twitter today to see if anyone could get it. So here is a few answers that came in for this, all of which appear to be wrong, apart from one person who got it right. So Adrian Rabot, as obviously going for rabbit. Gabriel Bat Estuta. Shot at Arvid I don't know how they got a shot at Arvid after enhance your
baby shot
on. Oh, that's a good one. Mike Steeman Rat says Peter. I don't think that's an actual player. Pissed Cat says Ryan. Barcass says Barry. But the first person in with the right answer was Mark Gavin. So he goes onto the board with Michael Moles. Mike Al Moles, small mammal. So there you go. So Mark, you get the point for next week.
Okay, first one this week. The garden should be avoided. This garden should be avoided. This garden should be avoided.
Eden Hazard.
Well done to Chris Toll. That came from Charles Laird on Instagram.
In the Garden of Eden. Honey.
Okay, this one's a good one for you. This is, that's maybe quite hard. I have a massive Scottish eye And I'm the brown sauce that's on your bacon. I don't think you'll get this.
Eugene Daddy.
Fuck off, Toe.
Oh my god.
Big daddies, man. Daddies.
Oh.
I suppose
Wow.
that's quite easy. Anyway, that came from the great corn Holyoke.
Second mention for Eugene Daddy on the show, by the way.
I know, by the way, his stock's going up by the minute.
We need to call this episode after Eugene Daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Shout out to the great corn Holyoke, who's also your dental hygienist's husband. So shout out to him.
I thought that was an riddle there.
She's a nice lady. She's good at the teeth. Next one. Here we go. Right. Oh, it feels as if this one's been done, man. This guy keeps...
Grado, stop slagging the listeners. They're providing... They're stopping you
They're
from...
making your job easier, mate.
I know.
Making your job easier. Going, oh, it's a bit shite.
I don't even know why it's called Grado's 3 Riddles anymore.
It's not anymore, exactly.
We'll change it if you want. Right, okay, this one. My father bolted to catch man in the mirror.
Oh.
Bastard Jackson.
No.
Father bolted.
My father bolted, so...
Quite good.
Say it again, Grado.
oh.
It's too much effort for you, bro.
My father bolted to catch man in the mirror.
Man in the mirror, something to do with Michael Jackson.
He's looking a pelter in this guy and saying, stop sending me shite ones, but he seems to have done alright with this one.
My father bolted. My father bolted.
Something.
Well done. Ranger Shots on Twitter, Instagram.
Jackson.
Darren Jackson.
And Toe wins.
Oh, you fucker!
For fuck's
Oh,
sake.
give it away there!
Staring me right in the face, John. Unfortunately, you never got it.
Oh.
Told you need to get banned for it. Told you need to start reading the listeners out now.
Told
You're
why
too
don't-
far ahead. You're too good at it, mate.
Well, once he did say last week, and once he reaches the 50, why don't we switch? Here's the deal, right? If Chris
doesn't he do
wins
one?
and gets it 50, right, we then hand the riddles over to Chris Toll, and Chris
You're
Toll
going to get riddled by Toll.
You're going to get riddled back. We'll call it Toll.
You will only be the first and you will only be the last.
Is that all right with you, Grado?
I think he should. I think that's a good idea.
Then
Can I get a new wee song in that?
We'll get a new theme tune for it.
Get a new theme
Toes
tune.
teasers.
Toast teasers is brilliant as well. There we go.
Teasered by Toe.
So there you go. You've only got two more to get to get to the 50, and then we'll switch it around for yours.
You just don't get any right now.
But
Imagine he just doesn't get any right now, man. So he wants to get to 50.
anyway, you got any ones for the fans, John?
Right, we've got one for the listeners for next week, so get your answers in for this week at Football Daft Pod. This week's riddle for everyone is: Disciples' dog foot has house to rent. Disciples' dog foot has house to rent. Now hit that theme tune. It is time once again for that Football Daft Moment of the week, and the results from last week are in. In my absence, producer Ryan was in, and his nomination of meeting Andrei Shevchenko, what a story. He got only 18% after meeting one of the world's great strikers. Very disappointing for
That's
Ryan.
really disappointing, man.
In second, Stephen's suggestion of the mighty Madrid, Hala Madrid, after the Champions League win, that got 36%, which means it is 2 in a row as Chris's dinner won the poll of Chris's homemade kebab, which wasn't really a kebab, but was like a burger and his homemade ragu over the top of it.
And you were going to give the recipe?
Yeah,
That's
he did say he
right.
would win.
I will pass the recipe on to John and he will give it out on the Twitter.
There you go.
On the Twitter.
Chris's kebab
On the
will
Twitter.
be on the Twitter. So
On
there
the
you
Twitter.
go. Chris, you won, so you get to nominate first. On you go.
Right, my moment of the week is another personal moment to me. right?
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we all piled onto a bus. We went up to Luss, where we got out and we made our way to the church on the water, just at Loch Lomond, where I watched my wee cousin getting married to his absolute love of his life. Michael married Sera Jane, and they became the Gaffneys. So this week, my moment of the week is the Gaffneys.
Wow. That's nice, man.
That's nice.
Was Dean there? Dean there?
What?
Was Dean there?
Dean, no, he was.
That's nice, man.
It was well hard for him to get up here.
Yes! Well, there we go. The Gaffneys getting married is Chris's
nice.
nomination. That's nice. That's nice.
Congratulations to the Gaffneys.
Congratulations to the Gaffneys.
You're up next, Stephen.
My moment of the week is something that has rocked Scottish football to its very core. Very core. It is.
Fuck's sake, we're not talking about that on the podcast, though.
No, it's Graham Steveley turning out for the Aberdeen Legends.
It wasn't an Aberdeen legend. It
was you said it, mate, me. Was you said it, no me.
There was legends that are for Aberdeen. That's all. It's not.
That's my moment of the week, man. That's my moment of the week.
Right. Okay. So we're going to put that one as Grado plays for Aberdeen, or well, yeah, that sounds probably a bit right. Yep. Grado, what have you got?
I've got Michael Owen on Channel 4. About to do the England and Germany game, and straight away he's pure wanting to avoid anything today with his daughter being on Love Island, and the first question she asks is something to do with Love Island. You can tell in his face he's like,
he's not happy.
I mean, it is. I mean, could you imagine that your lassie owns that?
No,
must be.
no.
He would have to avoid. He honestly, I wouldn't watch a second of it if I'm him. A second of it. I wouldn't be on social media. I'm just surprised he's.
See if you're him, right, and you've got the money he's got. See if your daughter's going on Love Island. I am fucking going away somewhere far, far away for like fucking a month.
Yeah.
Just get away.
I know.
And fucking like away.
See, the thing is, right, she's seen what's happened with Danny Dyer, right? And Danny Dyer went on and became a big star, right? For what I'm hearing is she's maybe a wee bit immature to be on this show. She's maybe a bit young to be on it.
I think she's a bit immature.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, Love Island chat started. I can't believe it. Here we go.
She's
Stephen and Grado. Here we go.
Defensive right away, isn't she, Grado? Like she's on the fucking. She's attacking you right away, and she's very her guards up. But there's a wee bit about her. I know. I think she's. I didn't see it last night. But there's a wee bit about her. She's choking to say my dad's Michael Owen. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But it's something about her.
Aye, because she was going, oh, you play football, what level did you get to? And he's just kind of a bit like, oh, fucking just played up the park. But she's choking for him. You go, how are you asking that for?
Aye.
And there was a bit as well where the horses, why if you get 12 horses, you must live in a big house, do you know? And she's like, well, aye, well, no, they're at the back door. She's no... It's early days, but the social media says that she's no get many popularity votes. No,
she's not adhering herself to the punters.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's horrific on it. That's why I feel a wee bit. I don't know about you, Bob, but see this year I feel as if I'm watching it, I'm going, am I too old for watching this?
Aye, mate. Me and Nick.
I feel very uncomfortable watching it.
Although, I can't say it.
Welcome to Football Daft.
Go say it, Bob.
I know exactly what you were going to say, Bob. I know exactly what you were going to say.
What was I going to say?
It's not the worst thing that's come out about her in the last couple of months.
No, it's not that. It's, I get what you're getting at now. No. Me and Nick, see when they all talk about they make up the names for these sexual positions and all that. Did you see that one the other night?
I've not that one.
The broken ego on that.
Broken ego, man.
Bro, what?
Me and Nick up. You feel old.
You were copying did you start banging in the living room flares?
No, it's Thursday night.
Grado, that's a night.
It's Thursday night. They're trying it out the night, Grado. Come on now.
Did you start banging in the living room? I've got 2 fucking wins in the house, man.
But that's at 9 o'clock. What
Aye,
about?
No.
So what we's doing, we's just.
No, I'm just saying that makes you feel quite old because you're talking about it. Because me and her were sitting talking about it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay.
Right, we can move. Let's move on from Love Island.
Nicola's going to divorce you, man.
Absolutely. This could
Ryan,
be the
cut that
very
out,
last
man.
Football Daft podcast. Who knows? Right. Okay. Let's go to the listeners' nomination, and let's go to Andrew. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've seen this viral trend. I have no idea how anyone hasn't thought of this before, but it's something that's doing the rounds on Twitter. It's something that's doing the rounds on TikTok of first drink, last drink. So the premise is this: is you film someone having their first drink, then you film them having their last drink. So this is Andy's nomination for this week's Football Daft Moment Week, and I'm going to play the clip and show you just so you can see what I mean. So this is what Andy's talking about.
Hi, I'm Trev. This is my first drink. I am Trev the groom, and this is my last drink.
Hi, I'm Holly. This is my first drink.
Oh, sorry.
Where am I going? My name is Holly. This is my last drink of the night.
My name is Simon, and this is my first drink. And this is my last drink.
I'm Neve. This is my first drink.
I'm Neve. Cheese bridesmaid, and this is my last drink.
Cheese bride.
Cheese bridesmaid.
Have you got a cheese bar?
I'm chief bridesmaid.
Cheese.
I'm Lucas. This is my first drink.
I'm Lewis, this is my first drink.
Go.
I'm Lewis, and this is my last drink.
Hi, I'm the bride, and this is my first drink. Drink.
First drink, didn't you?
Yes,
got one. Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Oh, yes.
Go on.
Yes, sorry, remember that.
I'm the bride, and this is my last drink.
That's class, John.
So there we go.
Oh my
There we
God,
go.
man.
That is Andy's nomination for Football Daft Moment of the Week. First drink, last drink. We'll definitely do that in the next Football Daft night out. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. So that's your nominations. We have from Grado.
Michael's own family issues.
From Stephen.
Grado's a Don.
And we have from Chris.
Daphne's.
Daphne's.
Get out of my pub.
And from Andy, of course, first drink, last drink. That is your nominations for this week. Please get voting on them on Football Daft Pod on Twitter right now. And that is it for this week's show. Thank you very, very much for listening. If you want more content from us, you can fire onto our Patreon, patreon.com/footballdaft. You'll see the video version of this show. You'll get the outtakes. We've got our teammates up there as well. And once Rangers and Celtic Daft get started again, you'll get the chance to become a pundit.
Who's played that?
Grado is
That wasn't me.
But Andrea Bocelli
Who the fuck
is
played that?
out of the show today. Listen, thank you so much for listening. Scotland are playing this weekend, Ireland, and then they've got Armenia away next. We used to be watching this. You seem to be getting into Scotland recently, boys.
Also, I'm going to be watching it. My home
Then there's
team.
no football on, is there? So you're just like fucking
That's
up.
what else on.
Exactly.
My home team are playing Scotland, obviously. I'm
Oh,
going to be
there
watching
it is. There it is. So I think I would say if we get 7, if we've got out of the 3 fixtures we've played, we've got 3 points on the board now. If we can get up to 7 points, we're in a good contention to win that group, I would say.
I would think so, aye.
I would think so as well.
So see how if we get to the top, does that mean we get into a playoff for the Euros, or we don't automatically qualify?
It's an absolute mystery how it works, but it puts us in a good position anyway, and certainly enhances our chance to get into the next Euros, because now the World Cup has gone. Gutted. Right, that's it for Football Daft. We really, really appreciate you listening. Thank you very much for listening. Any final words?
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Maybe.
Audio Frontier.